boarding a flight for a vacation, business trip, or pilgrimage, only for it to turn into one of the darkest days in aviation history. These are the crashes that stunned nations, reshaped air travel, and left behind stories too painful to forget. Today on Global Insights, we uncover the top 15 deadliest plane crashes ever recorded. Some were accidents, some were acts of terror, but all changed the skies forever. Buckle up. This journey is going to be haunting. Airplanes are marvels of engineering, carrying millions safely every day. Yet when things go wrong, the consequences are catastrophic. Each of these 15 crashes not only claimed hundreds of lives, but also left lessons that reshaped aviation safety, technology, and even politics. From the foggy runways of Tenerife to the skies over Japan, these are not just numbers, but human stories of courage, error, and fate. Let's begin. One China Airlines flight 611-2002, 25 dead. What looked like a normal sunny afternoon over the Taiwan Strait turned into chaos when a Boeing 747 simply vanished from radar. Witnesses saw pieces of the jet raining from the sky. The investigation uncovered a chilling truth. 22 years earlier, after a tail strike incident, the plane had been repaired incorrectly. The weakened structure tore apart mid-flight, killing all 225 people. This was a tragedy decade in the making, showing how even the smallest maintenance errors can silently wait to claim lives. 2 Nigeria Airways Flight 2120, 1991, 261 dead, on a pilgrimage flight from Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, to Sokoto, Nigeria. A DC-8 faced a nightmare few could imagine. The tires, underinflated before takeoff, overheated and caught fire. Within minutes, flames spread through the cabin floor, burning passengers alive mid-air. The aircraft disintegrated just after takeoff, killing all 261 people. Some were seen falling from the plane as it went down, a horrifying reminder of the importance of basic maintenance and inspections. 3 Saudi Flight 163-1980, 301 dead. Sometimes survival is stolen not by the crash itself, but by what happens after. Saudi Flight 163 took off from Riyadh and quickly reported smoke in the cabin. The pilots managed to land the Lockheed TriStar safely, but instead of ordering an immediate evacuation, procedures delayed opening the doors for 6 minutes. By then, all 301 passengers and crew had died of smoke inhalation, a safe landing, and followed by an unimaginable loss. 4 American Airlines Flight 191, 1979, 273 dead. Chicago O'Hare, May 25, 1979. Just seconds after takeoff, the left engine of a DC-10 detached from the wing, severing hydraulic lines. The plane rolled uncontrollably and slammed into a field near the airport, killing all 273 on board. Eyewitnesses described a massive fireball rising into the sky. The investigation revealed unsafe maintenance practices that put profit before safety. This remains the deadliest aviation accident on US soil. 5 Turkish Airlines Flight 981, 1974, 346 dead. The DC-10 aircraft had a dark history of design flaws. On March 3, 1974, a faulty cargo door blew open mid-flight near Paris, causing the cabin floor to collapse. Control cables snapped instantly, and the jet nosedived into the Ermenonville forest, killing all 346 on board. This disaster forced manufacturers to completely redesign cargo latches, showing that sometimes it takes tragedy to push for stronger engineering. 6 Air India Flight 182, 1985, 329 dead, June 23, 1985. A Boeing 747 bound for London was cruising at 31,000 feet when it suddenly vanished. Moments later, debris was found floating in the Atlantic near Ireland. The cause? A suitcase bomb planted by extremists. All 329 on board died. For Canada, where most victims were from, This remains the worst act of terrorism in its history, a reminder that aviation disasters are not always accidents. 7. China Airlines Flight 140, 1994. 264 dead. Approaching Nagoya Airport in Japan, an Airbus A300 prepared to land. But when pilots mistakenly pressed the wrong autopilot setting, the plane pitched upward, violently stalled, and crashed into the ground. Out of 271 on board, only 7 survived. This disaster highlighted a new kind of danger, over-reliance on automated systems, and the importance of pilots fully understanding the machines they fly. 8. Charkhi Dadri mid-air collision, 1996. 349 dead. At 14,000 feet above India, 2 planes met in tragedy. A Saudi jumbo jet collided head-on with a Kazakhstan Airlines cargo plane due to poor English communication and outdated radar. The collision was so violent that both aircraft exploded instantly. All 349 lives were lost. India responded by overhauling its air traffic control system, a case where death in the skies forced a nation to modernize overnight. 9. Japan Airlines Flight 123, 1985. 520 dead. This is the deadliest single-plane crash in history. On August 12, 1985, a Boeing 747 suffered explosive decompression after a rear bulkhead repair gave way. For 32 agonizing minutes, the plane flew crippled, with passengers writing farewell letters to loved ones. It finally slammed into Mount Takamagahara, killing 520 of 524 on board. 4 survivors lived to tell a story of unimaginable terror, and the world learned how dangerous improper repairs could be. 10. Lockerbie disaster, 1988. 270 dead. December 21, 1988. A terrorist bomb hidden inside a cassette player tore apart Pan Am 103 over Lockerbie, Scotland. The debris rained over the town, killing 11 on the ground in addition to the 259 on board. The attack not only devastated families but also forced a complete overhaul in baggage scanning and international aviation security. 11. Iran Air Flight 655, 1988. 290 dead. In the tense days of the Iran-Iraq War, a US Navy cruiser mistook an Iranian Airbus A300 for a fighter jet. 2 missiles were launched. The jet disintegrated over the Persian Gulf, killing all 290 people aboard, including 66 children. The US later called it a tragic error, but for many it remains one of the most painful diplomatic scars tied to aviation. 12. Korean Air Flight 007, 1983. 216 dead. Flying from New York to Seoul, the Boeing 747 drifted off course into Soviet airspace. In the heat of the Cold War, Soviet fighter jets believed it was a spy plane and opened fire. All 269 passengers and crew were killed. The tragedy nearly sparked global war, but it also led to the US unlocking GPS technology for civilian use, changing how we navigate the world forever. 13. Saudi Flight 763 in Kazakhstan. Flight 1907, 1996, 349 dead. In aviation, the sky is vast, but mistakes make it perilously small. In November 1996, 2 aircraft collided in Indian airspace due to communication breakdowns. All 349 lives ended in seconds. The disaster remains the deadliest mid-air collision ever recorded, proving that even in open skies, the tiniest misunderstanding can turn fatal. 14. September 11th attacks, 2001 to 1996. Dead. The deadliest aviation-related tragedy in history. On September 11, 2001, 4 planes were hijacked and turned into weapons. 2 brought down the Twin Towers, 1 struck the Pentagon, and 1, thanks to heroic passengers, crashed into a Pennsylvania field. Nearly 3,000 lives were lost. Aviation changed forever, with airport security, cockpit doors, and global politics rewritten in the aftermath. 15. Tenerife Airport disaster, 1977, 583 dead. March 27, 1977, heavy fog blanketed Tenerife Airport in Spain. Miscommunication between air traffic control and pilots, combined with impatience, led to the deadliest accident in aviation history. A KLM 747 attempted takeoff while a Pan Am 747 was still taxiing on the runway. The collision created a fireball that killed 583 people. This disaster forced the aviation industry to standardize cockpit communication. The reason pilots today repeat back every instruction word for word. Each of these crashes was a tragedy beyond words. Yet they also reshaped aviation, making it safer for the billions who fly today. Behind every number is a name, a story, a life cut short. Remembering these disasters honors their memory and reminds us that safety in the skies came at a great cost. Thank you for watching Global Insights. If you found this documentary powerful and eye-opening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more unique stories from history, aviation, and beyond. Until next time, fly safe and keep exploring the world with us.